word of the game.
Okay, the weapon that she gave you is called a defender. So it's going to be a great sword for you. Yes. They're popping up. Okay. I don't know if you have the other one is from Wild Amount, so I don't know if that's going to pop up for you, right? The Amulet of the Drunkard. Can you write something in there? Okay. No, this is out of Explorer's Guide to Wildemount. Yep. So basically, when you drink a pint of beer, ale, mead, or wine while you are wearing the amulet, you will regain 4d4 plus 4 hit points. You can only do it once, and then it will restore after the next dawn. Okay? So the first one you drink will do you that, and then after that, you have to wait. So it's not a continuum. Cool? So the defender sword allows you to take away from. You can reduce it from 1 to 3, whatever, and put that into your AC. So you can increase your armor class. You got to let me know when you do so, or I'll ask you what I hit you with. But you got to remember, you take it away from their attacking damage when you do so. Yes. Yeah. Go. Yes. Matt, you have all your stuff right. I know Matt can figure it all out. John.
Aegis Bucks.
Okay.
You?
Hopefully get
I'll be right
everybody
back.
back
We're
here.
on a bit of a break right now. I'll be right back.
So Jake, so you know about the cloak of displacement, right? How all those stuff, those 2 items work. Or do you need
Yeah, I have the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, I'm reading the Wand of Wonder.
I had to find some Fate type of fun things to keep. There's things that are just pretty unpredictable.
Well, yeah, you roll a D100, so it's pretty unpredictable.
I didn't want to just give you a wand of fireballs. I had to give it a little, I had to give it a little fun. Give you some protection, and then you're powerful enough with your spells to give you a little bit of playfulness.
Yeah, this is more just something fun. See what happens.
If you're desperate enough, you don't know.
Yep. 7 charges.
What
Save it
was
for
your-
something good.
What was your hit point increase?
They went up by 8.
8?
Yeah. I sent in the chat the total. You might have missed it. Thought I did.
I see it. Yep, I got you.
Okay.
All right. So everybody's kind of here eating, I guess. Okay. Well, she will leave. You guys will be escorted out. You guys will get time back into another hut outside of the summer court.
How's your day, Juice Box?
So you get a chance to kind of recoup and also get a chance to figure out all this new stuff that you have. Okay, Lee, I'm going to give you an option. I can either make the deck of many things here, or you'll need to make the deck yourself. How do you want to do that?
Because I have never dealt with the deck of many things, despite 30 years of role-playing D&D. It's never been given in any game I played in, nor have I ever given it as a DM. I'm going to say you make it and surprise the hell out of me.
Okay, done.
I thought I was 53 as well, Ben. I think it might be just a weird glitchy thing with
D&D Beyond?
Beyond. So maybe I have to like close out and come back into it or something weird like that. So
if it changes, just let me know from later.
Yeah.
Okay?
but that was 53 seemed really familiar to me when I looked at it again after leveling up.
Yeah, I already had you at that because I think you leveled up prior before. So you're up. You and Jacob have both. So HK and Firebrand are now a level higher than everybody else.
Yeah, we're level 7.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Okay.
just a ring for that, so man.
Oh.
I was already in, brother.
Yeah, it was pretty much a no thing for Firebrand.
You know how that goes, Rico. You got to get the booty right here.
Okay, so you guys are in a hut.
Reference number 1.
All your own. Caspius will also leave you, so it's only basically this you 6 party members, that and Pepper.
All right. Well, so change of events here. Now that we've got a little extra assistance, I mean, if they're not going to give us bodies, this is probably the next best thing. So I feel a little bit better about the situation.
I had no doubt that they would give us the means by which to wage this war.
John, your mic.
We should be getting a notice of where the next portal is going to be when we leave or something, or what we should do next. Did I catch that right?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
The path will be clear to us is what was indicated.
Vague, but okay.
I'm guessing the path's going to be clear to Firebrand and HK, maybe all of us.
As long as somebody knows.
Because we all know he wants me leading the trek through the woods.
Well, eventually you'll get there.
In a roundabout way.
Maybe that's what the Spring Court would have gave you if you signed on. Sense of direction.
Yeah, I was never a kiss ass, even my military
Or a compass.
days.
I already
It's
have a
aura
sense of
compass.
direction.
A magic compass.
I like this amulet.
We need to find any
I'm
chips.
excited. I get drunk in the middle of a battle. Don't mind me.
I will mind you if you lose your ability to fight efficiently.
I will be prepared for weird things to happen when I use this wand. Potentially. Very weird things could happen. A rhinoceros could appear.
You guys are
Who knows?
You guys are very loaded with some unpredictable things. I think only Jew and Pepper I didn't give anything crazy. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Is there anything you want to ask for? What would you guys do? There is a guard that you can ask if you need to ask for something. He's out there. Or if you have any questions about the new stuff that you were given. I'm figuring Firebrand has Identify, correct?
Yes.
So basically, whatever you're not sure of, I can answer questions given the items you have and the time that you have with them to go from there.
So if you don't have the books, now's the time to ask what they do.
Yes.
The shield, is that the one we talked about, Ben?
Yes, I just kind of messaged you, but that's the one that's going to give you the additional knocking back.
Have a star
Okay.
on it.
Ooh,
A little circle.
extra knockback.
But it also will improve your armor class by 1 as well. I think. Well, that does it with a shield anyway, so
Yeah.
it's normally, but just knock back another 20 feet or something like that. So
Okay.
Well, if it's like a magic shield that does an extra +1, is it say just the regular +1 or?
just says it does what a shield does. It just
Okay.
but it's the knockback. It's what he's given extra for.
Okay.
So he literally can plow someone a good distance away. I showed it to him. He got really excited, so I figured I had to give it to him. It's only fair.
He's gonna be knocking people like 30 feet in the air with a shield.
Yeah, insane. He's doing some anime stuff now. He's getting that. Okay. Alessi,
I got us picked as the.
was there anything that you wanted or asked for? Or?
I think at this point, what we need is knowledge.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So, Jew, anything? You good?
No, I think you already broke down the items I was given, so I agree with Alexi. We just need knowledge, as much as we can get. Any knowledge we can get on our potential enemy, the route, dangers, anything we can gather. The more information, the better.
Okay. HK?
I think it's just a matter of yeah. I don't think I have any questions at this point. It's more about just getting the knowledge of the next place, and then we go.
Okay. Spoke?
Yeah. We just
All right.
need to just point us in a direction, kids.
All right. Firebrand, anything your memories are all back. How you've got now things kind of bled in place? Any questions or things that you
Not that I can think of.
All right. So are you ready to leave then out of the Fey Forest? Or are you asking for something?
Well, no, I would like to. I mean, I would like to see if they have knowledge of this ritual that we're dealing with, knowledge of the portals. I mean, we're. It seems like they know about them, so they must know something more about them.
Maybe one of the books on silk or a ritual involving silk.
You would like to go back to Lady Hessis's tower to try to investigate those many, many, many books?
Well, we don't really need any information on Silk, so to speak, if we're good enough to prevent her arrival. It's more of who is trying to bring her presence about and the information on them, where they live, numbers. Is it just drow? History? anything along those lines. Intel.
Historically, secret cults are very thorough in their documentation for other people.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, if all
Make
goes
sure
well,
they keep
and
good records.
yeah, if all goes well and we're successful, we don't have to worry about Silk herself and anything that she could potentially bring. We would prevent that. So we just need to know who's trying to bring her presence about. Don't fight me.
Don't think that we have the time to just look through millions of books.
Okay.
Maybe they use
you'll-
a Dewey Decimal System.
All right. So
Somebody here knows about the portals and the ritual and at least what has happened here that might give us a clue what will happen somewhere else.
So Caspius will return after what you guys asked for, and he will come with some notes that he's going to basically give to you or speak them to you. And we'll make sure I'm able to be heard. All right. Basically, what the courts of the Fae know is a lot has to do with Hades pushing Dark Sun into bringing Silk into power. He has number of minions that are now working under him to make this happen. The most prominent one that they know of is a matron priestess of the Drow, Mother Hestius, Hestius, Sinvilia. She was a follower of the dark goddess Silk. The Fae Forest.
What was her name?
I will type it for you.
Okay.
Hestius syphilis or something along those lines. I take crude notes.
The other one is in the Shadow Court realm and is guarded there by a great evil.
The other one is guarded by a great evil or is a great evil?
Is guarded by a great evil. Okay. The other one is basically in the first house of 8.
Over PBJ, thank you for the follow.
In the Kingdom of the Drow.
Hello.
It is also the Fae's understanding that the goddess Silk is one of many possibly other beings that are maybe trying to be brought in the world. Another could very well be Tiamat, the ruler of the dragons. But right now, everything's to be concentrated on Silk first. And he goes, that's all that Lady Ventera was able to provide for you besides the gifts. Everything else is typically cryptic with them.
Okay.
All right, so Hades. So just to run through and make sure we understand what he's saying.
Okay.
Just trying to write it down fast while you're talking. So Hades is pushing Dark Sun. Is that a person?
That's the Archlich.
Okay. To bring Silk back.
Yes.
Okay. And one of the more powerful individuals working for Hades is the Drow Priestess, Mother Hestius, Sinelvia.
Yes.
And did you say the other person, powerful person, is in the Shadow Court, guarded by a great evil?
Yes.
Or
And that great evil is the Black Rose. She is the Lady of the Shadow Court.
Okay, but the other person is from the Drow capital?
Yes, that's from the first house of the Drow. That's the matron mother.
Menzo Baranzan?
No, that's in the Forgotten Realm. So this is a city that you're not.
Yeah. All right. Do we know what the Drow capital is called?
No. The only one that may be close to thinking about that would be Hephaestus, because he's actually fought that city.
Can I try to remember the name?
You don't remember the name because their negotiations with you weren't really negotiations. It was just a war. But you do know how to get there because you know where a way to get through would be from Forstad.
If we can find Forstad, then we can get there.
It's on my map.
Yeah.
I have the app.
Not on any of my maps either. Surprising. Any more maps?
Well, I did buy the map of the Underdark. Or some of the Underdark, so hopefully it's on my map.
Ben, I had a quick question.
Yeah.
I'm correct, right? I don't know where it is on a map, right?
No, you do.
Oh, okay. So if we return to my home, then we should be able to get to the Drow.
Yes. Yes.
And I suppose the relevant question to ask is, do we have the opportunity to get there in time to stop this portal from being used? Seems everywhere we've gone, we're behind.
Oh, sorry. This map keeps going sideways. I can't get a part of it, but you can see right here and right there. That's Forstad.
I'm sorry, where?
Right where my arrow thing is. Woo.
Left side.
Right there.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All
right.
I had it flat, but it ended not staying that way.
All righty, looks like we're going to HK's home.
Okay, well, Caspius will lead you out of the Fey Forest.
Yes, spoke.
I can't hear you, John.
I was raising the roof, not raising my hand.
Oh.
Raising the roof with two hands.
You're so groovy, it's hard to tell.
Strong.
As you walk out, Firebrand, Caspius goes, "My brother, I'm going to miss you again. I hope your travels will be safe, but full of adventure, as due the next summer court night."
I'll miss you too, brother. But I will be back.
Oh, I know you'll be back. It is always us. The way time passes. Anyone want to say anything while you're leaving? Amongst you guys before you leave the court.
Fairly well. We will return with victories.
Okay. You finally walking again. You get this weird sense of like maybe this is 30 minutes, maybe this feels like a couple of days. But you guys get through this travel of the forest, and then pretty much you start seeing the opens of the sun in the sky and the clouds above. Caspius bids you farewell. and you guys pretty much leave, and you can see in the distance possibly the town of Greenwood.
Oh, we're back around that way.
Well, that was quite the.
All right.
That's quite the circle that we just.
What time? What time of day is it?
It is afternoon.
We should rest here for the night and then head out in the morning.
The real question is, what year is it?
Well, we can find out when we get to Greenwood.
It's the same year it was when we left.
Hopefully.
I'm hoping we didn't lose time, but then again, never understood magic.
What's to understand? We haven't
Exactly.
we haven't slept a day, therefore it's the same day we left.
All right.
Very well.
It's only magic that Jew does not understand.
All right. It takes you a good part of the day. You know, it's about 6 o'clock when you guys arrive into Greenwood. People are kind of like moseying about and stuff. You see a couple of guards, and you see the familiar, location that you can go into, which is the Bloated Boar.
Ah, the old bloated boar.
So you guys go. You want to go there, get your drink, get food in, and get rooms to sleep.
I knew that.
I should probably make a stop into the good old sheriff.
You are hungry.
All right, so we'll go to the bloated boar first.
All right. So you guys make your way to the 2-story inn of the Bloated Boar. It seems as you remember, you guys grab a table. You see the owner passed out over on the bar like he does, and the barkeep sitting back there making drinks and stuff.
The same ones that we remember.
Yep. And Kristen comes over. She smiles at all of you and goes, "Evening, how are you doing? May I get any of you guys anything?"
What's
Oh, thank you. Good evening. How are you?
I'm well. I haven't seen you guys around here before.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, what?
You're new travelers here, right? Where are you from?
The mayor? Here?
What's that?
You don't recognize any of us?
Should I? I think I would recognize a group like yourselves if you ever came into Greenwood.
Who's the mayor in town?
Mayor? Oh, that is Pierre O'Doul.
Do you know him?
Yes. How did you know? You've come here before?
We've heard of the land. That's why we're here.
You're Sheriff the Halfling, right?
Yes.
Who likes apples?
What was that?
He likes apples?
Yes. Have you been here before?
What day is it?
He names the day Thursday, I guess.
No, like year, and month, and day.
She says a date that will pretty much put you back 2 weeks before you ever came here.
Yeah.
So Pepper is still with us, and Pepper was already here when we got here. So
is Pepper with us?
Would she? Yeah.
She's just as confused with what's going on right now.
But
she goes,
if she was,
I'm not sure what's kind of going on, but do you guys want drinks or not?
Yes. Yes.
They need drinks. My head hurts.
What would you guys like? Mott's or Thor's IPA? Or are you into wine?
A pitcher of IPA.
All of them.
Both, please.
She's kind of stunned, but she kind of goes over to see the barkeep. Okay, now you guys are sitting at the table for a moment without the server.
What the fuck?
So they sent us back to fix this?
Well, blaming this on you?
Yes, I did it. I'm a time traveler. So I've only experienced the time moving forward at a different pace in the Baywood, not backwards. Perhaps this is some doing of the Queen. Really not sure.
I mean,
My guess
she
is
said
as
the
good as
path would
yours.
be clear. We should save the mayor. That's what we know about this town. That's what we know goes wrong.
Well,
Yeah, we do know.
We know what day and roughly
do know the
time
laughing-
frame.
We do know.
Yeah,
the
we know the
laughing
exact time frame that we need to cover. Like, we know what we need to do, more or less.
We could take care of the
We
laughing
should not
mask
talk about
if-
this here.
Yeah.
Also true.
Some things don't change. Good call.
Kristen comes back. She dropped a lot of ale, and wine. Basically, brings bottles and glasses to all of you guys. Was there food interested?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that all a lot? Everything food, or you guys want specifics?
I'm
I think one meal apiece would probably suffice.
Yeah, pretty much whatever you have,
I had
unless you have
herbs, I'm
multiple
good.
choices.
Okay.
Ow. I don't understand magic.
So
Magic,
I-
man, magic.
I have a thought when we get to some place where you feel comfortable talking, HK, on a path going
Certainly.
forward.
I as well.
Let's get our meals and then we'll retire to and rooms. And
We've
we'll
got 2
retire to
weeks
our-
to plan.
Okay.
This is bizarre.
No, we don't have 2 weeks. That's the issue.
Yeah, no, well, I'll say what I have to say. Matt can say, or Oleski can say what he has to say when we get
you're
to
right.
a room.
No, Alexi is correct. We don't,
All right.
because we
Jew.
haven't taken into fact all the
Jew,
traveling.
until we get to our room.
I'm not giving out any details. Relax, big guy.
Kristen will
I
bring
am
down.
always relaxed.
That is
Very
not
stiff.
true.
Very stiff.
All right, so we eat and we'll inquire about getting some rooms for the night.
Hey, what was that?
Well,
HK, check the chat.
got it.
Someone at the door, or is she barking at you? Came running from the living room.
Okay. Most of your meal is halfway eaten. You are drinking pretty well. I need everyone to who's been drinking, make a Constitution check, please.
Constitution saving throw.
Well, I never drink that much unless it's
19.
an odd Constitution check is what you're asking for.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is it a regular Constitution check or a Constitution saving throw?
Saving throw.
8.
Okay,
When I
Firebrand.
start getting too drunk, I turn into an orc.
Oh
No, not really.
You just start changing between forms you've taken before. Like every drink changes.
HK just starts chuckling. And why not?
All right. Okay, so
HK, you're my best friend, man. You're so cool. You're so cool, dude.
Your meals are. You guys gonna get rooms?
Yes.
All right.
This is just our
About-
normal group room selection.
It's gonna cost you guys about 15 gold to take care of all your drinks and all 3 rooms. How many rooms you get? 2 or 3? Or 1?
I can't pay for
Probably.
any room, so
Probably 2 is good. I got it. I got the 15.
Okay.
be careful. You're not mayor anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna get another allowance. This is it.
All right. So you guys have rooms. You guys go up to them, get settled in. Then I imagine convene to one room. Now
Yeah.
you guys are all by yourselves, quietly, with Pepper, of course. So what would you like to do?
Well,
All right. So while I have it in my mind, let me just throw this out here while people were talking at the table and saying we have 2 weeks to try to save the mayor and everything. Counterpoint, that's not the bigger issue at hand. And I think that we have to move on these portals. We're back before the portal we failed to stop was ever opened. We need to get there, stop the portal from being opened by Fangsport, and try to stop this whole Silk ritual. We got back in time. We have a second chance to try to stop the portal. If we just stay here and try to save the mayor, and then the next thing you know, it's too late to stop the portal in the first place. So we're right back to square one with that, or we're screwed, not back to square one. We're screwed. We're too late. We need to, this is our opportunity to stop things.
I agree. What's exactly the timeline that we're working with? Alexi was right that we don't have 2 weeks. Are we 2 weeks prior to our initial arrival of Greenville? Or
we
2
were in
weeks-
Greenwood for
Greenwood?
we were in Greenwood for what, a couple days, a few days. We weren't here all that long.
Few days travel to the port. We were in the port a few days before we found the portal, so we're looking at
about 3 weeks.
And
We don't have to go, but we don't have to go all the way into town. We can go right where we know the portal to be.
Yeah. That drow is going to be there. Who knows what else is going to be there that was needed to open the portal. But we need to get there and we need to try to stop it. We do need to keep aware that the Laughing Mask is back and out here lurking. We don't know how long he set what he did up. He probably didn't just show up that night and do it. So just in the back of your mind, Spoke especially, the Laughing Mask is going to be around here. Already knew you and was after your shit. So let's keep that in mind.
Firebrand, you feel definitely though we don't have time to stop ourselves.
No.
Stop the mayor's assassination.
It is quite probable
the mayor's
if we never buy the maps that we already have, he won't go after the mayor in the same way because we will not be the scapegoats that we were the first time.
The mayor was killed our first night in town. So 2 weeks from now, we would have to save him and then get to the portal. We need this time to try to stop what's happening. If we wait 2 weeks, we're just going to be sitting here for 2 weeks waiting to try to save the mayor instead of doing what we need to do.
Killed tonight. He was killed because we came into town, and the Laughing Mask's job is to prevent adventurers from moving on. So we came into town today.
So you think the Laughing Mask timetable will be moved forward, regardless of when it happened originally?
It's not a timetable. It's a response to seeing it into town.
Well, so if we just left right now instead of staying the night, then the mayor wouldn't be murdered at all.
Potentially, if we were gone and are visibly gone before he acts.
Christine needs to stay either with us or here.
It doesn't matter who it is. He can use anybody's face to frame them.
I understand that. But we have a rapport with Christine.
Should probably call her Kristen if we're going to have that good of a rapport.
Fair enough, Kristen.
But yes, you are right that she was the one who he took the guise of. So, but if we left now, then according to the Leskey's theory, it would nothing would happen.
But do we still try to drop some sort of hint to the HK's favorite guards to
They're
add
Well,
protection without confusing people? And
other thought: if we just went to the sheriff and the deputies and said, "Hey, the mayor's going to get murdered tonight," that would be very suspicious. And then if he did get murdered, would be even worse for us because we said, "Hey, he's going to get murdered tonight."
I mean, if we came up to him and say that we understand there's a credible threat against him, that somebody who, I mean, shapeshifters are a thing. We can say shapeshifter is possibly coming after somebody in the town. Even it might not necessarily even be the mayor. He might go after somebody else since we're screwing with time.
and then they'll turn it, and then it'll turn the whole town upon itself. They'll be in a hag hunt.
Also true.
Not to mention, as it was pointed out, we may already have now 2 peppers in town. And you know what it happens when 2 faces are seen in different parts of town at the same time.
not gonna be 2 of us.
All I know is an old acquaintance of mine, Doc Brown, said never to let them see each other when you have 2 individuals from different timelines.
Pepper goes, wouldn't it be? I mean, we're a lot more powerful than the couple weeks we were gone. Doesn't that give us an edge? We know the whole plan. We know everything he's going to do, and we're more strong. We're stronger than he was 2 weeks ago. Why can't we just stop it?
Set a trap. Well, so here's the thing.
Well, we have somebody who could be the mayor tonight.
I agree that we are definitely in a greater advantage right now compared to the original circumstances. If Alexi is correct that the timing of the assassination coincides with our arrival and has not coincided with a timing that the Laughing Mask has, then we need to be prepared tonight. And I have no reason to doubt you, Alexi. You're far wiser on these matters than I am. We need to prepare, basically set a trap for him tonight, stop the assassination, ideally dispose of the Laughing Mask. I'm sure HK would love a chance at that. And then immediately head towards the portal to stop the portal from opening. I mean, we only need tonight here in town to prevent the assassination.
If the timetable moves up, we have to find a way to protect the mayor tonight, but we still have to leave in the morning because the portal is our priority.
Yeah.
The key now becomes, and this is the one advantage that the Laughing Mask still has over us, we don't know where he is.
Who is he right now? We don't know where he is and who he is.
We have to assume that his target by contract is going to be the mayor. We can set ourselves up in a position to strike. Both can take over as mayor if necessary.
Yeah, we can do that.
Someone once said they could track his dagger if they knew it better, but they didn't at the time. Do you know it well? Whoever that was, do you know it well enough now to be able to track it?
Alexi, was that the alchemist? Or who did we see? Was that the woman with the potions?
She had nothing to do with being able to track it. We were discussing Aileron's ability to detect magic and the range of it.
I still have the map of the mayor's house. We can position ourselves in an area where we're hidden, ready to spring when Laughing Mask enters.
And Spoke, if we decide that you're gonna take the guise of the mayor to spring this trap on him, I do still have the potion of poison protection that you can have.
Could we possibly get the potion maker to make that again, since she should technically still have the ingredients from the time she made them the first time?
We can
Ideally.
ask.
I ain't saying, I'm just saying.
And
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll take that.
It took her a day to do that, so it wouldn't be available tonight.
I know, but still better later than never.
And I think we have to be careful
I guess
that we don't tip off that we're, on to something in regards to Laughing Mask.
We have to limit who we talk to put ourselves in position.
I mean, if we give her the potion that she made, I'm pretty sure she should be able to recreate it without us really having to explain it.
Well, it's getting towards dark. I don't think we're gonna have time for that.
Any crafter worth their art will recognize their own work.
Also true, I suppose.
So just the time frame as well. I don't think it's going to be on the table.
Okay.
So, are we assuming that he's going to go about it the same way? That Kristen's going to be the guys he's going to take to get in to see the mayor?
That's the only lead we have to go on.
Yeah.
Wasn't he already seeing her regularly?
Yeah.
Beforehand.
The mayor was already seeing Kristen.
So we have to make sure that we're not making a fool of ourselves too, and he's just doing what he normally does. We have to somehow know it's the Laughing Mask.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to get to the mayor and get him hidden with you taking his place in order to do that plan.
Well, the mayor nor the sheriff knows who the hell we are at this point.
No.
How do we get over there and get him in a safe position and put us in a position of ambush?
With the amount of time we have, don't.
Should we just tell him what's going on and then make a plan with him?
Can't Spoke just go in as Kristen just an hour before the assassin?
Yeah, but that doesn't get us in there. Alexi, what were you going to say?
We can be close by.
Yeah. And then when we
to notice us.
And then when we see another Kristen coming in, we can follow in behind.
My familiar, Jean, has the ability to read the emotional state of people he touches, and he can do so while invisible. I can have him be in the lower or in an area in the mayor's house where he can touch people coming in and speaking to the mayor. And when he identifies somebody who's being cunning or duplicitous, with this gift given to me by the Queen of the Spring Court, I can actually transport myself and one other individual into the room next to the mayor. We could surprise whoever's with him.
That seems pretty solid.
I like that plan. If the object is to defend the mayor, then you should take me. The others will make their entrance as best they can. I can defend the mayor.
Yep.
We can also
put that new shield to work.
Well, so do we get Spoke in there ahead of time?
I think we should. You can go in as anybody you wish and then switch to the correct guys that make sense for the situation. That way it's fluid. We just need a way for us to know it's you.
Perhaps since we already know the sheriff, you can go in as the sheriff to talk to the mayor. I'm sure they meet all the time. You already know them. Eat a freaking apple while you're going in.
At that point, you could be blunt and let him know that you've got information about an attempt on his life, so he can go into hiding and tell him that you're prepared to spring a trap with
I mean, at that point, there's no reason for me to be so duplicitous, though. Like, I can go in, talk to him as myself, very easily convince him that like, I know that there's a changeling after him. Being a changeling myself,
That's too
what's he
dangerous.
gonna?
He doesn't
He
know
think
us.
you're
He
the-
might
he
think
could think
he might
you're
think
the
you're
threat.
the assassin.
I mean, if I'm coming at him saying there's somebody after your life and he's a changeling, like, even if I'm a changeling myself, that just puts me as a guy on the inside, you know, trying to help.
Alexi, how quick is the information pass between you and your familiar? Is it instantaneous?
We're aware of each other's thoughts all the time.
So if he's positioned at the front door and he basically acts as a sentry to anybody that passes through the front door, you'll know immediately which one is the.
As soon as he can conveniently touch the person without them being aware, yes.
So then we just position ourselves in an area where we immediately charge in. I'm just trying to think of the best option where we don't tip off the laughing mask if he's already positioned somewhere and watching.
Why don't I go into the bar as the mayor, try to interact with Christine? Am I getting the name right? Kristen. And try to engage that way. If it's the laughing mask, then great, we have him with me. And I'm sorry, I have half a plan running through my head.
If we just wanted to go through the
character for the mayor.
If we just wanted to go through the bar and vet each individual, Alexi's familiar could do that.
In a bar this late at night, checking to see if anybody's duplicitous. We could be there for a long time.
We can find out if Christine's at the mayor's office right now, right?
She was eyeing Firebrand earlier.
But like, if we can find out where the real one is, then if the other one shows up, then we have proof. Like, if we know where one is and we see the other one at either the mayor's office or at the bar, then we know that there's the second one. So let's figure out where our original one is right now. If it's at the bar, then great.
Right.
Keep an eye on that one, and if anything changes, then
we
have a source of communication.
If you remember
between
correctly, the first time this happened,
there wasn't a lot of time.
The original was preoccupied with Alaron at the time. Wow.
Yeah, but I mean,
we could do my plan in reverse. I could ask Jean to keep an eye on Kristen, and we can watch the mayor's house. And when Kristen approaches the mayor's house, we'll know it's not her.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Yeah, that
makes much more sense. It puts us closer to the point of threat.
I think that's a perfect plan. Let's do that.
Keep in mind, when we go to take down the laughing mask as Kristen, it's going to turn heads that a group of strangers is presenting a threat to a townsfolk.
Forgive me for being crass, Smoke, but with the demise of a changeling, do they revert to their true form?
Yes.
Then it'll be a non-issue.
Good point. Let's get going.
Okay, let's go.
Alexi, send your familiar on the way.
Team.
Woo!
All right, so all you are making what? A position around the mayor's building?
Yep. Using the map, Ben, I want to be in the spot because we know the attack originally happened in his office. So I want to be in the spot that will give me the fastest access, give us the fastest access to the office and be out of sight. I know I'm going to be bamfing in with Oleski, but the rest of the group needs to be able to get there rapidly. So like whatever, like find a spot that seems tactically sound as
Oh.
far as getting us there faster.
You're not going to be bamfing in with Oleski though, because that brought him to his familiar, right?
No,
No.
the cape that the queen gave me allows me to cast the dimension door spell, and because I've been in the mayor's office before, I can transport in there without seeing it. The range is approximately 400 feet or so.
Should I go in as like another personality, any personality really, into the bar just to keep a real person on board, following like your familiar around as well?
I don't.
I think we should all stay together.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I just
think,
wanted to check to see if we wanted to do that.
I think his familiar being invisible can handle just staying near the real Kristen and.
All right.
So this is the mayor. This is the mayor's office right here, town.
I can't see anything.
Yeah.
It says you started sharing, but it hasn't shared yet.
All right. Let's see if I can get back to it. It's acting pretty weird today. All right. How about now? You see it now?
No, so just. Oh wait, there it is.
There we go.
There it is.
So this building here, labeled 1, is the townhouse.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you want to be?
Within 400 feet of the mayor's office.
Is that dark square the only door?
No, that's a chimney. The door is pretty much the front. I didn't label doors on these things. I just mostly did chimney.
Okay.
You can basically be within this street here, or this street here, or somewhere in the far back here. Not really a lot of places to fully hide, so it's going to be pretty difficult for anyone.
But it's also dark.
It is dark now. Yeah, there's not a lot of lamps going on. So
where is the mayor's office in terms of in that building? Like his actual bedroom?
It's pretty much in this back area right here. And there are no doors into that, but there are.
Are there windows?
Yes.
Can I get on a roof? Like on one of those opposite buildings back?
Yeah, you should be able to. How quickly you can get in there once the thing goes down will be a different question, but you can definitely be waiting on the roof.
Okay. I mean, worst comes to worst, I can put an arrow through a window a couple times.
Friggin' Batman over here. Is there a gargoyle I can perch on top of?
No, no gargoyles yet.
Does anybody have?
Oleski, how many times can you do this teleporting thing?
Once.
Does anybody have any fancy new items that'll aid in this?
Oh, I also have my boots of speed on. I haven't activated them, however.
Put your heels together.
Then activate them. Pump them up. I imagine that they're pumps.
I'll pump them up when the time is right.
You gotta pump them?
Pump them up, Barry Allen. Alexi, bag of tricks, anything that might help out?
Air spokes.
I don't know what I'll pull out, but I understand there are creatures in the bag that will.
Oh, Manji bag. Yeah, we'll wait on that.
I also have something similar, but it also might attack me, so kind of a desperation move.
Pull out some murder hornets.
Yeah, kind of.
Worse.
All right. So
it could be from a guinea pig to a dire badger. I don't know.
Well, hopefully we get the guinea pig.
So we'll position ourselves in some sort of dark corner. I'll sit on the corner of a close house, acting like a drunk. I'll throw a blanket over my head. I'll take an ale with me. And
are you separating?
Billy Jew, you're going to try to outspy the spy again?
Are you separating or all going to be in one area? So Spoke is on the roof. Are you guys?
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye specifically on that bedroom. So.
Then I have gaming dice, so we're going to be in the corner just north of the building, outside throwing dice.
Okay. So outside
throwing bones.
with who?
Well, we don't want to be in a path that Alexi has a point. I mean, we don't want to be in a path that he's going to take walking from the bar, whether it's the boar or
The bloated boar is to the south. We're to the north.
yeah, and the other
Where's the front door?
It's in that center area.
All right. So the
we
door's
wanna,
on the
we
south.
want to be in a position out of the path.
The main door
out
is
of
to the
sight.
south also.
Right
So,
there.
you guys should be somewhere more in that main square than keeping an eye.
Well,
That's
then
too-
we'll
it's
be
too open.
obviously seen by him. I'm thinking if we're up the street
The
directly
mayor
north,
doesn't know who you are.
The laughing mask does.
yes,
Laughing
we-
mask.
I'm not there though. The mask, if the mask is after me in particular.
right. Listen to me though. If we are up to the north of the building, up that larger street, and then tucked in behind to the right, let's say to the east, a little bit above, like on the other side of that building, Ben. Yeah. If
That
we're
won't work.
there on the corner, right where your arrow is now, Ben.
Yep.
We can be throwing bones. Keep a general eye out.
That won't work.
But you can't see the front of the building where the door is.
Can't see
I
anybody
don't
enter that way.
You have to keep an eye on the door where he's going to be walking in.
In that case,
Behind
the
there, you're
alley
not
to
gonna
the
see
west.
Well, let me throw this question out here because obviously this time shift has us all confused, including myself.
Ben is.
Do we understand that? Did the Laughing Mask become aware of Spoke after the assassination and our involvement in the investigation, or did he know about him prior? Because if it was after, when we started
It's unclear.
investigating,
I don't think we can assume that he doesn't know what anybody in the party looks like.
I
Well, then
think
we
he
definitely
knew me
have to
from.
be-
He implied that he knew me from before this incident.
so
He
then we
knows
have to be
me
out
best.
of sight. So we have to.
So
follow what
I'm up
Alexi
on the
says. We
I'm
have to
up
be
on the roof,
sight.
out of sight, completely.
But we have to
But-
assume if he knows you, he knows us because you're with
Yeah,
us.
you've been adventuring with us, so he might know your companions.
Okay, so yeah, get in the alley to the west there then.
So we have
I think
to be out of sight.
it's better
out
to
of
assume
mind.
it's better to assume he knows us what we look like than to assume he doesn't.
Absolutely.
We can roll dice by the general store and kind of tuck behind that alley and still be able to keep an eye out.
And we could be right out in the open. Even if he knows us, at this point, he shouldn't know that we know him.
Yeah.
We can be
I mean,
the adventurers
if we have
doing adventurous things, but if we try to be inconspicuous and he notes our presence, if we try to outspy the spy, then he'll think something is off and won't follow through on his plan, that we're aware of the steps to his plan that he's set up already.
That's
Well,
a good
yeah.
point.
if we're just playing dice, we don't have to be too sneaky about it. I mean, we don't have to say, "Hey, remember what Spoke did yesterday?" You know, we don't have to.
We
No,
could be-
but I
definitely
still
do that.
don't want to be.
we could be sitting around that well talking, as long as he doesn't believe we're searching for him and watching what he's doing. But if Jew is trying to pretend to be a drunkard hanging out on the side of the road and he does not
How is
pull it
that
off,
any different than sitting in front of everybody and their mother at the side of the fountain?
It's
because if
about-
you're trying to be sneaky and you don't pull it off, he will recognize that you are trying to be sneaky.
Alexi's saying acting natural, not trying to put on an act.
Sitting on the corner of a building with an ale in my hand is natural.
Well, nobody has seen you do that in the whole time we've been together.
Nobody's
So I'm
seen
not
us-
sure if that
nobody,
is natural.
Nobody in this town has seen us.
No, we haven't seen you do that. Is what we're saying.
So it's not something that you do every day. Talking to each other is something we do every
You guys
day.
are talking in circles like he doesn't know us, he knows us. None of it's making sense. Either we're completely out of sight, out of mind, or he doesn't know who the hell we are. We can sit right on the side of the mayor's house and dump the guy. It's one or the other. If you're saying he probably knows Spoke, he knows us, we can't
If
be
he knows
seen.
Spoke, he knows us, and he knows we just walked into town.
He doesn't know that we time traveled back. He
doesn't
can know us
we're aware
and
of
see
the
it.
plan.
Yeah. As far as he knows in this timeline, we don't know about him yet. we only find out about him after he's murdered the mayor. So if we just are acting natural in the square, he just says,
here's
"Oh,
the thing.
those are
He
Smoke's
takes on
buddies. I'm gonna do this," and then and they're not gonna know I'm doing it.
But he takes on the guise of an individual that night was with you, Alarum. If we're
But he
not,
took
if we
on
don't
that guy
recreate this,
because that person is commonly going to the mayor at night.
but it
Yeah.
also framed us.
Nobody questioned the
Attempted
fact
to
that she
frame us.
walked in late at night.
But it was also an attempt to frame of us as well.
I
I think
I
that
don't
was,
think it was an attempt
I think
to
that
frame
was
us.
serendipity.
Yeah, it wasn't an attempt to frame us.
Then
We sit out where we can be seen. If we're seen, we play dice. If we notice something, we act.
We had the familiar thing. I mean, I think our plan was good as it was. I don't know.
We just don't need to pretend anything other than sit out there and play dice.
I think Jewish is thinking that he knows that we already know that he murders the mayor, even though it hasn't happened in this timeline yet.
No, it's not that. Is if he knows us because he knows Spoke, if he sees us hanging out in the open in the area where he's going to commit a crime, it might deter him. And we're on a limited time frame. If we're trying to do this and stop him tonight, we have to make it so he follows through. Because if we deter him and he says no, and we decide we have to go and close the portal tomorrow, then tomorrow night he kills the mayor.
At some point,
No.
we have, Jew, if
No.
I may, we have to take a calculated risk. His killing stroke was one action. It wasn't prolonged. There wasn't a lot of thought, and there was not a lot of time. We simply have to be in a proximity and risk that could just deter him. Either we're successful and he goes through with his plan and we stop him at the last moment, or he's deterred, nothing happens on this evening, and we have to move on. We're simply trying to make an effort. But in the morning, we leave, regardless of what happens tonight.
From what Spoke told us, the reason he killed the mayor was to stop our movement forward to Fangsport. We were adventurers. A murder happened. We stopped to investigate it. That prevented us from getting to Fangsport in time. If we deter him, if we're just sitting out there and that deters him from killing off the mayor and we leave, then he has no reason to kill anybody because we've already moved on. So that's a win. If he does attempt to kill the mayor, and as we have seen his plan play out and we stop it, that's a win. But if we leave town before the mayor's dead, then he has no reason to kill the mayor.
That's assuming that he's killing the mayor to get at me. Assuming that's true.
Assuming, because
He's stopping us.
I thought he was under some sort of contract with the Court of the Night Guard.
Right. According to what you told us, his job was to stop any adventurers or any people from moving forward to Fangsport that he thought might interfere.
Yeah.
So he killed the mayor to stop our movement. So that's why we're here tonight. He needs to kill the mayor because that's the plan he has in his head to stop our movement forward.
So are we under the assumption that he's been in this town and then our arrival triggers it? He didn't pick us up somewhere during our travel when we were fighting with the hag and followed us in?
Yes.
Why would they drop us in here if the idea was not to have the mayor killed? Why put us here?
They didn't. They just
if that was the solution.
The wood and we saw Greenwood. We didn't have to
come
back to this town. We decided that on our own.
I mean, he guided us there, though.
We already knew. Well, the Feywood, if you look at the map, is near Greenwood. Greenwood is near. I mean, that's just
hindsight 2020. We knew we were 2 weeks behind.
Yeah.
We could have went straight towards the portal and avoided this whole event completely.
I'm scared. I'm scared that inaction is going to get somebody killed anyways. I guess that's what I'm afraid of. If we just skip town and just hope for the best.
No, we can't skip town.
No,
I don't
this is,
understand what you're saying. Then I guess
I'm saying, to Drew's point, if we're out there being ourselves in the courtyard in front of the mayor's house, and that deters the assassin from going after the mayor tonight, and then we bug out, then he has no reason to try to kill the mayor tomorrow.
okay. I see what you're saying. I have misunderstood. Okay.
and that makes more sense to from what I was thinking, because I was under the assumption that he was under contract from the court of the Night Garden to kill the mayor, not killing the mayor as a way of stopping our movement. So if Alexi is correct with that thought process, then
Well, that's how
yes.
Spoke explained it to us 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago from now.
2 weeks ago now. Later.
So
tomorrow.
basically, one of two things is going to happen. He's going to try to proceed, and we stop him and ideally kill him, or he's deterred and we leave and he doesn't follow through. Either way, like you said,
Or nothing
Alexi,
happens
win-win,
and it's
win-win
still 2 weeks
for
away
us.
before he kills somebody.
So I get it. Or
If we
his timing is still the same, and it's
Yeah.
going to be 2 weeks. Which in that
Okay.
point, in that case, we leave tomorrow. We go stop the opening of the portal. We come back here, and then we can revisit this whole event.
Okay, let's
I'll,
do the damn
I'll
thing.
also hold on. I'll also
Okay.
put out then that if we're doing this, if he already knew about the portal, knew what was going on there, he's the one who told us about it. If we interact with him tonight and we have to kill him,
There's no interaction
can't-
with him.
if
we
he
stop
gets
him and we kill him.
if he gets away, he could go and warn them. You know, he doesn't. We don't know. We can't let him just walk out of here. We have to kill him.
I might add, it's getting later in the night. You guys have been debating for a while since coming up here.
We need to go.
Let's go set up. Folk, take your position on the roof. We'll
Roofing
go.
up.
We'll go
So-
position ourselves and.
John, where's Kristen now?
She's down in the downstairs with the bar owner.
Okay, so Kristen is downstairs with the bar owner, so she's still here.
Now, remember, we're already altering the original chain of events. So things might not go the same from this point on.
We're not altering them because they never happened.
And they go, are you not
Did
saying
they?
you? Is there a problem?
No problem. We're just, we're night owls, so we're just going to go get a little fresh air.
Okay, all the shops are closed.
Oh, we know.
Okay. Well, don't be too late. We kind of lock up a little bit as it gets a little bit later.
Noted. We'll be back in time.
Okay.
Here's an extra silver piece to let us in if we come in after you lock up.
Oh, all right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right.
I will leave last of the group as we leave, and I will mention to her, I'm the one handing it to you, but my friend Firebrand, he's the one that truly believed that we should be respectful and treat you very nicely.
Well,
hitting on chicks for you now, Firebrand? That's how it is.
You gave that to the barkeeper.
The barkeeper.
No, I wanted to give that to Kristen.
Kristen is just watching. The barkeeper one, because she's in charge of a lot of the stuff, was like, her name Lola is
Big Bertha.
But if you still want to go about it, just let me know, because she'll be like, okay.
Big Bertha just gave me a
Sure,
wink.
why not?
Roll a persuasion check for me, HK.
That's a 12.
Okay. She kind of raises an eyebrow, like, okay, but you're not really sure how much more convincing you did with that. All right. So, Spoke, you are going to move onto the rooftop, correct?
Yeah.
Everybody else is now just going to hang around the fountain. So 5 of you around the fountain, or would you like other people to be hidden?
Oh, sorry, we got.
Not hiding, just playing dice.
Yep,
Right.
we're just hanging
Anybody-
out.
There's 5
talking.
of us, so Pepper. Yeah.
Pepper
Yeah.
can go high.
Pepper needs to be hidden.
So Pepper will go hide. Is anyone going to hide with her?
I'm not very good at hiding.
Pepper will tell you she can help you. She has a spell that can help people hide.
Why don't we hide HK?
He also has an excellent.
Well, HK
HK
needs to be with Alexi.
Alexi.
And
So-
she can go hide herself, and then we'll all just kind of go.
All right. So she will disappear. So Spoke, can you give me a stealth check, please?
Don't roll a 1.
You have
All
lost.
numbers.
She's
If you roll a 1, somebody's gonna say, "Hey, why is that guy on the roof?"
That guy just fell off the roof.
24.
okay. So both
So
Spoke and gone. You do not see these party members. All right.
wait, I don't see you. They don't see me, is what you're saying? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you've disappeared.
Okay.
Can I bring an ale with me?
You
Yeah.
did.
Is it on the
Would you
fountain?
like to?
Yes.
Okay, you have an ale with you. All right. You sit around. So the 4 of you are now sitting around a fountain. Spoke, you are just doing the thing that you've done way, way back long ago in the past. Chilling on the roof. The mayor is in his room, so you were able to spot that and hear him. He's kind of clanking around and doing a bunch of stuff. There are a couple of guards that kind of go out. They look at you. I should probably note because you know them. All right. Jeremy and William are the two that you do see kind of out in the court area, but they've got a pretty wide berth of you guys. Just they are checking you out because you're kind of odd that anyone's out hanging out at late at night in Greenwood. So you do see them. And you will hang out for a little bit. Anyone want to do anything special at this time?
Just gonna roll dice.
Nope.
Just a
Roll bones.
quick quiet question
Good.
to the group. Do we think there's any chance that he might take the guys outside of Kristen?
Probably.
Are we gonna stop anybody that tries to enter?
No, because he knows that Kristen is the one that can get close at this time of night with no.
So we're assuming that's gonna be the guy. Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna take some of HK silver at some dice.
He's gonna try. What do we roll to play dice, Ben?
Are you proficient in your dice? Then you.
I am.
Don't
It is my-
worry about it. After about half hour, you see someone coming down the road that not coming out of the boar. It's basically from the street nearby, and it is a woman, a female form. The 4 of you need to roll perception checks.
And I'll double check.
18.
With Don. Are you with Kirsten?
John says yes. She's in bed
I got 18, Ben.
by herself. Okay. HK.
19.
Okay.
Woo!
20, natural 20, so 22.
Damn. Aleski.
I've got the 3.
You're too busy worrying about what if John's got the right tabs. But the 3 of you, pinpoint accurate. Kristen is walking down the road.
I recognize those curves.
Alexi?
You remember her very well, yes.
I will, Ben, on the ground, so I'm not saying anything in case he's got a means of hearing us. I'm just going to draw the characters Kristen and an arrow towards the person who's coming our way or coming towards the mayor's house.
Your comrades seem to know that. She has a bundle of cloth in front of her. Looks like maybe a blanket or a cloak as she's walking. Pretty much walks straight past you guys. Is there anything you're going to do?
When I
Roll
look
the
at
dice.
One
Hey,
dice.
roll the dice right over where I wrote her name so that it covers it up.
Okay, Jew, you rolled a natural 20. Kristen does look at you very slyly, sneakily through her eyes. You kind of got that passive perception pickup that she notices that you guys are there, but continues to walk past.
Walk past, so out of.
She's about
area.
She's about 3 to 4 feet away from you guys. She didn't go close to the fountain. She's walking past the fountain to the mayor's house.
So I'll look at Alexi and just say, Jean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Yes.
What? Who's up first?
So, is this a go?
Did I recognize her yet, or
That I was pointing to
HK.
you because
Alexi,
HK
John
signaled
told
it.
you Kristen's in bed.
I
You
get
guys
that.
know Kristen walking by you, so you guys know the plan. So
So I do recognize that Kristen is walking by us now.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Now that everyone's kind of pointed it out and everything.
No, Jean's in bed tonight.
Kristen.
I draw a sword and charge.
Did he already go in? Wait.
No, he just walked past you, so you guys will basically be a little past him. So Jupe pulls the sword. HK, you joining?
It's go time, HK.
All right, he yells go time. With that though, I'm gonna
we were gonna get him into an enclosed area so he'd have less.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop this episode from here. Just it's gonna be a little bit of a shorter one. We will
And we're gonna start in res, huh?
Jump the gun right there.
We were supposed to let her get inside so she was
Yeah.
contained.
Yeah, now I'm on a rooftop far away from everything. It's gonna be great, guys.
Oh, I wasn't waiting for him. Well, that's the thing. We didn't have anybody on
Probably
the
still in bow
inside.
range.
Yeah, there's yeah.
I was the guy on the other
that
side.
was the plan because
The plan was to let him get inside and Bamf in, and you guys rush the door.
Well, best laid plan.
Well, that got lost because I
Now-
wasn't going to let him get inside
now-
and nobody directly inside.
well, that was the whole point that Oleski and HK could suddenly transport inside with the dimensional door, and then we would be coming in behind them, trapping the Laughing Mask in. Now we're in the square. There's deputies that were just walking by us.
The more people, the merry. Less chance for him to get away.
How is that for?
So now we're attacking a townsfolk in the middle of the town with everybody watching.
Yeah, I hope.
Won't be a townsfolk once he's dead.
I told you I was going to give you guys a trip.
Back in time. Time travels in D&D now. I haven't played in so long.
Thing.
Has been since Redbox.
Matt and Lee were talking about this for a character, like I guess is a wizard class that has this power, and he was like, "No way!" And I'm like, "I'm totally doing this game. I'm totally pay tripping this."
Thanks, Ben.
That's why I was like, "You guys better get your notes because this all shit's coming down. It's coming down."
Oh, my head hurts.
Well, it's definitely trippy because, I'm thinking, oh, okay, we got 2 weeks and all that. And then Matt's like, yeah, no, our arrival triggered it. And it's like, wait.
Ooh, spot on. Spot
So
on.
instant timeline change.
Yes. Instant timeline change.
Like, damn it, I'm just a
No, actually,
barbarian warrior. I don't
He's
know what's
causing worse
going
problems tonight.
on.